So in this last section, we're going to go through how to use the app to keep score. This again should go fairly fast. I did hide the clock just because we're not going to be using it for this discussion. So as you can see, we are playing 9-ball. We did choose to use an alternate break. And the way to know whose break it is to kind of look to see where this cue ball looking object is. So because it's next to John's name, that means that he won a lag, won a coin flip, however you determined it. But he is the first player to break. Okay. So these buttons are how you add and deduct wins. And you'll see that once John wins this rack, that ball goes over to Joe. So now it's Joe's break. And as you keep going, I think you get the idea. Okay, so I sped up the match. Now both players are on the hill. I just kind of want to show you what the screens look like once a player actually reaches their race, which if I did not mention already, this green number next to John shows he's racing a 7, and Joe is racing a 5. So we're going to give John the win. So after a player has won, you're going to have 3 options. Maybe John didn't win. Again, you just kind of hit the wrong button. Maybe Joe should have won. The first option is just to go back to the match. It'll take that last win away from John, and then you can award Joe the win. Another option is just to replay the exact same race, same players, all the same data, same extensions, and it's just going to start everything over without having to go back to the setup screen and typing everything in again. So let's speed up this match. So John has won again. So the third option is to just start a brand new match. And once you start a new match, the only options that you really will have to change would be obviously the game you're playing, the player names, and the races. Anything else that you've changed in the past is still going to be what it was from your prior. The other way to do this would be if you go up into the menu and you just do want to start a new match, just go down, hit new match, takes you back to the same screen, same settings, you're good to go. So the last thing I want to show you is how straight pull works with the app. We got John and Joe playing again. We're going to let them both race to 40. You could use the shot clock if you wanted to. I don't know if it's really part of straight pull. I don't really even think the push out is going to be a part of straight pull. But the option is there if you do want to use it. So in straight pull, unless a player has actually achieved enough balls made to win the match, each rack, the balls made for both players should always total 14. Okay. Once this happens, then you're going to have the option to kind of double check and make sure that each player's penalties and balls made are correct. You'll see what's going to be the updated running total, which in this case is 5. John made 7, but had two penalty points. And Joe made 7, so his new match score is going to be 7. If even after that something still doesn't look right, and you know for a fact that John ran, he broke and ran a rack, but maybe you guys forgot to enter the score, then what you can do is just click on the box. He had 5. We want to give him another 14, so you can just click that, type it in as 19, and the score's been updated. So the last thing I want to show you is how the extensions work if you are using the time clock with straight pull. Kind of much like with the standard scoring games, at the start of a new rack, if both players can win, i.e. both players need less than 14 points apiece to win the rack, then you are going to get the extra extension, much like what you saw in 8-ball, 9-ball, 10-ball games. So just to prove that, we will go ahead and back John's score down to 20, and you'll see the extensions reset back to the default, which were what we set down here. So if we go back to the match, once you complete a match, so we're going to put John back to 38. We're going to assume that he made his last 2 balls. Much like the screen with the standard scoring games, you have the same 3 options. You can return to the match and make any changes. You can replay the match over again, or you can start a new one.